morning, students. Today our topic is respiration. So let's first understand what the word respiration means. Respiration means oxidation of food to produce energy. This is the simplest form in which you can practically understand what the word respiration means. Basically, whatever we eat is broken down and ultimately it is converted into energy, ATP, and that is utilized to do certain physiological work. Respiration involves breathing, which is again of two types: inhalation or inspiration and exhalation or expiration. As we have discussed, one breath means one inhalation plus one exhalation. Next is, after the oxygen has reached into the blood, what is next? So after oxygen is reaching the blood, it is transported with the help of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the red colored pigment present in the blood. It carries oxygen along with it and distributes it to all the cells of the body. Once it reaches cell, there it oxidizes glucose present in each cell of the body and converts it into energy. This whole process, basically conversion of glucose to energy, occurs in cell. That's why respiration is also termed as cellular respiration. That means at cell level the respiration or the oxidation of glucose is carried out. Next we'll move down to understand what is happening exactly during the conversion of glucose to energy. There are two types of respiration. Aerobic, anaerobic. Aerobic respiration is with use of oxygen and anaerobic is without use of oxygen. Aerobic respiration is, for example, seen in higher plants and animals. Anaerobic respiration is seen in the lower organisms like microbes, that is few bacteria, yeast, etc. First we'll discuss in detail about anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration involves partial breakdown of glucose molecule. It has two fates possible, that is, one is production of lactic acid, another is production of ethanol and carbon dioxide. So let's see it in the form of appropriate reaction. First, one glucose molecule broken down in, say, human muscle cell when they have extreme physical activity completed, or in case of few bacteria like lactobacillus etc., will produce lactic acid. Along with it will generate two ATP molecules. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. our energy currency of cell. Next is 1 glucose molecule broken down to form ethanol, carbon dioxide, and again 2 molecules of ATP. This occurs in yeast. This reaction is also termed as fermentation. When we say fermented food like dokla, handwa, idli, etc., it produces ethanol as well as carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is responsible for rising of dough, and that's why it has great importance in bakeries and breweries. Especially the yeast named Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is the bakers or brewers' yeast. It is the one which produces ethanol as well as carbon dioxide and causes rise in the dough or produces good concentrated wine, beer, etc. Here you can see when 1 glucose is broken down, 2 ATPs are produced in either of the cases, which is very less amount, but for lower microorganisms this energy currency is sufficient. Whatever accumulation of lactic acid occurs, later on it is in human muscle cells further degraded and converted into carbon dioxide and water. In case of aerobic respiration, there is use of oxygen. That's why we say oxidation of glucose. 1 glucose molecule is broken down to form 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. These are produced in the ionic form pyruvate. This process is known as glycolysis and it occurs in cytoplasm. These 2 pyruvic acid molecules are further broken down by process termed as Krebs cycle or TCA cycle in mitochondria. And there is production of carbon dioxide, water and 38 ATPs. Now 38 ATPs are produced, and why I mentioned 36? The reason is when pyruvic acid is transported from cytoplasm into the mitochondria, 2 ATPs out of 38 are used up. That's why net total amount of ATPs produced here is 36 ATPs. You can also mention it like this: 38 ATPs and 2 ATPs you can mention later used up in transfer. So here you can see when 1 glucose molecule is broken down, net 36 ATPs are produced, whereas in case of anaerobic it was only 2 ATPs were produced. Apart from that, complete oxidation of glucose to carbon dioxide and water takes place in aerobic respiration, whereas there it was just the partial decomposition. One more thing, whatever carbon dioxide is produced is more soluble in water. That's why it is transported basically via blood. Whereas when we talk about oxygen, it is always bound to hemoglobin. Each hemoglobin moiety binds with the 4 oxygens molecules and they are transported. So that has to be kept in mind. Hope you understand what is respiration. Thank you.